You just don't get it yet, do you, William? Cause see, unlike you, I'm not running around committing any crimes, doing illegal shit with people's lives. That, my boy, is you. And see, here's the thing, William. You can run all you want, but eventually, everything that's in the dark comes to the light. That's a fucking lie, you dumb hooker.
Welcome back to another episode of the Cyrax Deep Dive series here on the Swamp Dweller Live channel. It's good to see you all here. Today, it's gonna be as depraved as ever. Cyrax is still crying on the internet while throwing threats out at the exact same time. But of course, Cyrax expects everyone else around him to fight the trolls for him. He wants this war to end. He never asked for this war, but he refuses to do what he needs to do to make it end. We also get some updates about some recent stuff we covered in past videos, and of course even more content of Cyrax crying. It really is a beautiful time here in the Raxiverse. Now let's jump right into it.
Just remember that, William. You will get caught. Eventually you will be brought to justice for the crimes you committed against me and so many other people, and you don't even realize it with the crimes you commit against me. And you can run all you want, but eventually people like myself who are righteous will prevail. So run all you like, William. Eventually you will get caught. So run while you can. Just saying.
Only Cyrax can go from crying about an hour before, bawling his eyes out saying he can't take it anymore in his group messages, to threatening William Gloryhole on video. Cyrax really can't keep his mug off the internet. You can see how giddy he is to be online. He thinks he has this massive viewership watching him at any given time, even though the numbers never really go much higher than 30. Much like King Cobra JFS, we are witnessing Cyrax fall into a deep spiral of dissension. Eventually, he'll be nothing more than a few scabs whimpering away in his grandma's attic. It truly is a sad and pitiful thing to see Cyrax claiming he should get a badge on Facebook and social media to show that he's fighting all the bad guys online. And Cyrax, you are the bad guy. But I agree, I think Facebook should put a nice big PDF badge right there on any account you make. So in my Lolcow update video I uploaded the night or two ago, I just wanted to touch on this here as I got a little bit more insight from good old M-word boy per usual. And of course, this is from the time where Chancey Poo ran around crapping all over Sally's attic. I was a little unsure since so many new things get posted all the time, and so many things were leaked from his Discord, etc. But yes, this is the same incident. It's not another time where he is unfortunately soiling himself. But Cyrax, it's not a sickness, Cyrax, to poop yourself. You're just not potty trained.
What is going on? Oh, God.
Next, we're gonna jump into Cyrax once again crying to everybody, saying how he can't handle it anymore. Cyrax really is one of those people who has to repeat themselves out into the void at least 5 or 6 times before they move on to the next topic. So let's jump into that.
I'll be honest, guys. I'm sick and tired of this losing friend shit because of fucking William Gloryhole and his little friends. I'm seriously getting to the point to where I'm getting so depressed that I might just fucking sleep every fucking day until this shit stops.
Good news, everyone!
Because I'm seriously getting fed up with this shit. I'm tired of losing friends because of their bullshit and the crap that they can do. And I'm tired of not being able to live my life. Like, I'm seriously fucking sick of it.
Let me quickly remind you what Cyrax's life was before all of this. He constantly likes to claim his life was great and just wants to go back to it. Let's check that out real quick.
What up, guys? It's Chance. I seriously am in need of your guys' help right now, like really badly. So I'm going to invite all of you that I can to watch this because I need help, like bad. Like, this is not a joke. Like, I could end up in jail for something I didn't do. So I seriously need your guys' help on this.
The clip you just saw was from 2018, and it's like, gee, golly, it's almost like Cyrax's life has always been been exactly the same, no matter if there was trolls in it or not. He's always been crying online for help. He's always been trying to have somebody else take accountability for his actions. So in all these clips, when he's trying to gaslight the audience into thinking, man, if he just left Cyrax alone, he'd be happier. In reality, it's never been any different, before and after the trolls. So it really doesn't matter. You could stop trolling Cyrax and he'll still sit there crying online saying that he needs somebody's help. And if all these years ago he was potentially in legal trouble and the trolls had nothing to do with it, can you imagine what he did before all that too? Who knows? It's good the trolls found Cyrax, it truly is. Now we have somebody to watch this weirdo.
I'm tired of being depressed. I'm tired of being upset and hurt. Like, something needs to happen to these guys because I'm getting fucking tired of this shit. The only reason why I'm not streaming right now is, well, obviously because it's late at night, but I'm seriously beyond pissed off. I'm tired of losing friends. I'm tired of feeling trapped. And obviously I know that I have you guys here in the group chat and stuff, and I get that. But here at the house, I'm tired of feeling alone. I'm tired of feeling like I'm by myself and no law enforcement is willing to step up and fucking help.
You know, Cyrax, you probably wouldn't feel so alone in your own home if you didn't treat your grandmother like utter crap. If you didn't beef with old Perky Ed. Maybe he'd just break you off a little piece. But no, you're constantly stomping and screaming up in the attic, keeping them up all night, pooping all over the place, not picking up after yourself, spreading bed bugs through the home, having cops come over all the time. Truly is a conundrum here, Cyrax. And the only constant that I can ever see is that it's you being an absolute deviant. That's probably more why you feel alone, Cyrax. I don't think it's anything to do with these trolls. Sure, they don't help any, but it's incredibly disingenuous to act like you haven't put anything in motion to cause these things.
I'm tired of never really truly being happy like I used to be. I'm tired of being sick. I want to do better, but the only way that I'm gonna do better is if somebody gets out their fucking ass and fucking shuts down William and his friends. I can't fight anymore on my own, guys. I need someone to step in for me who knows what they're doing and to fucking fight this shit and to put a fucking stop to it. I can't do it any fucking more, guys. I can't fight anymore. I am sick of fighting. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all of it.
As we went over, Cyrax, when were you ever happy? I've done tons of content that goes very far back into your origin story here, and I can't remember a time where Chance Wilkins ever really looked happy. Besides the few times you and, Security Jake were playing Backdoor Bandit, if you know what I mean. This fallacy that he had this great life before everybody came around and gave him all this notoriety and attention is just that, a fallacy. It's not real, Cyrax. And if everybody were to leave, it would be the same. It would just be you screaming into the void and crying all alone. Truly though, this time, completely alone. You think it's bad now? Wait until you lose your precious little troll buddies. What are you gonna do then, Cyrax? We all know how this goes. Chance is gonna continuously say he doesn't want to interact with anybody, but that's why he's gonna be the first one to continuously call out William Gloryhole and N-word boy time and time again.
You know what's sad? There's far too many people out here like myself and like all of us here in this group that are out here on the front lines fighting every day for people like myself that get harassed, that get terrorized online every motherfucking day of the goddamn week. And if you ask me, I'd say people like all of us and myself have not only earned our respect, honestly, I feel like they need to have some sort of patch or some sort of fucking badge to show what we're all about and what people like us are fucking doing every day. Out here trying to stomp out the fucking online terrorists like William Gloryhole, N-word boy, and all their little fucking friends. Because we're putting ourselves on the line and putting our lives on the line just as much as the police, just as much as the fire department, as EMS, just as much as our fucking military. We are out here every fucking day putting ourselves on the line, fighting relentlessly, daily. Like, tell me I'm wrong that all of us don't fucking deserve something for that shit.
I know Cyrax is insane, but you can't tell me he actually thinks that he is on the same level as EMS and firefighters and all the first responders out there because he's, quote, fighting the trolls online. Like, that's absolutely abhorrent, Cyrax. You should 100% get a badge, though, and it should very clearly label you as a PDF so any children on Facebook don't end up adding you. Realistically, they should just ban you and never let you back on the platform again. But unfortunately, we all know how social medias are. Cyrax likes to act like he's a victim of these platforms, but in reality, they let him get away with far too much. I know I can't be the only one watching this chuckling and just rubbing their eyes like, Cyrax, oh god, he's really putting himself on the line. Him and his team, they're really out there. They're definitely the equivalent of SEAL Team 6. We got Bedbug 6 out here. BBR Records, if you will. Gonna have that BBR patch on my back soon. Bedbug Records, brother. We out here.
And I'll be honest, guys, I'm tired of feeling like I'm in a prison cell every fucking day of my goddamn life. I really am tired of feeling like I'm trapped inside of a fucking prison. Like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm tired of being scared. I'm tired of looking over my shoulder. I just want all this to end so I can live my life in peace. I'm sorry to say, guys, but I'm tired of fighting. I need someone to take my place. I need someone to step up and take the reins. And I don't care who it is, but somebody needs to step up because I can't do this no more. I can't fight anymore.
So wouldn't you believe it, Cyrax is once again complaining and saying he's retiring from the battle. He doesn't want to be a part of this war anymore, and unfortunately, that's just now how this is gonna work for old Cyrax. He called William Gloryhole out to a fight to the death, if you remember. He said one of us is gonna go down, and he was confident that it was gonna be William, but it doesn't seem like William has held any punches in this boxing fight. He's been throwing the old 1-2 boobop, giving Cyrax the old KFC 3-piece, if you will, and he ain't letting up. He's got them hands of steel, and he's been continuously whooping up on the goblin for weeks now, and Chance just can't take it anymore. He's down to a broken Chromebook. Oh wait, seems like William Gloryhole already figured that one out, because the next thing we're gonna cover is gonna be, of course, good old Willy Boy here, showing us every single device, including Eddie's phones. Who would have known, Cyrax, that snitching on yourself wasn't a good idea?
I can't handle it. I've been fighting for 8 fucking long years. I can't fight no more. I really can't do it anymore. I need someone to step up in my place, come up with a plan, and run through with it, because I can't do this anymore. Like I said, guys, I don't care who it is that steps up. All I ask is this one thing. Promise me that no matter what, you guys will bring these motherfuckers down. That's all I ask, is that you bring these guys down, because I'm retiring from this battle. I'm retiring from this war for good. I'm done. I need to try to live a normal life again. Just promise me that you guys will bring them down.
Cyrax has to be an absolute professional when it comes to quitting and retiring careers, battles, whatever that you never even were really part of. Cyrax has always been the target. He's always been the creature that we're all fighting against here on the battlefield, but he never really, was a part of that battle himself. I mean, we can go through this whole series and, every time Cyrax, quote, fights back, it usually just ends up being a self-inflicted wound that only hurts him and doesn't further his cause in living a normal life, if you will. 10 out of 10 times it's gonna be Cyrax crying and trying to get one of his buddy trolls, his little brothers, whatever, to try to fight the battle for him. Even in his retirement message here, his goodbye statement, if you will, he's saying, I need somebody else to take it over, and please don't give up though, make sure you destroy them. And it's like, damn, Cyrax, you couldn't finish the job, so now you're making somebody else do it? Typical Chance Wilkins. Anyways, let's get into these devices that Cyrax has been trying to hide from good old William Gloryhole. Can't believe he'd do that to William. So as you can see here, William Gloryhole has been on a tirade with these devices. Not only is he letting Chance know, hey, we know every single little device here, whether it's your PC, whether it's your Galaxy, whether it's Sally's Galaxy, whether it's her backup phone for whatever reason, whether it's your stream box, whether it's Eddie's 2 phones, we know about them, don't you worry. And it's only a matter of time before they're all taken out of the game. William William would then go on to ask Chance how his Chromebook has been doing. It would be totally a shame if things started acting up and not working correctly, wouldn't it? It's definitely funny that Cyraxx thinks he can outsmart anybody, but of course Chance is gonna always try one way or the other to get ahead of everybody, even though he's 10 steps behind, is very predictable, repeats the same actions, repeats the same words, and is always shocked that everybody figures him out.
Yo, I'm getting rid of Steve out of the group. He is not a good guy. That dude is bad news. Steve Oscar is William Gloryhole. That's one of the motherfuckers that's been fucking with me for the last 8 fucking years. Hello everyone, my name is Chance. Your guys' Professor Nick. Obviously he's from, Boston University. Shout out to your professor. But him and my good friend here that you guys know asked me to make this video for you guys. And I'm not gonna hold any punches, and I hate to say it, but in this instance, there is no room for professionalism. There's only reality. I want you guys to know the reality of what really goes on. First of all, if you guys don't know, my name is Chance Wilkins, also more formally known as the YouTube handle, or under the YouTube handle Cyrax. For the last 8 years, I have been the victim of cyberbullying, online trolling, and harassment, as well as hate and smear campaigns. My story begins in 2017 when I was hanging out with a good friend of mine doing a podcast, hanging out when this guy named Music Biz Marty showed up in chat one day. Don't know how he found the channel, but it is what it is. And he decided to try to play Mr. Smartass, for lack of better terms, excuse my French. But he decided to be smart and try to, make snarky comments, and that went on for a while. And I kind of ignored it, and me and my friend kind of ignored it until, that went on for about, I'd say, 2-3 years.
Now, of course, just like everything else with Cyraxx, he has a very odd sense of time. We go from him meeting Music Biz Marty on some sort of stream from some sort of snarky comment, like he says, doesn't know how he got there, but he got there, to, yep, and it went on for 3 years. It's like, Cyraxx, like, you're skipping so much. We know Cyraxx is a little regard liar anyway, but it makes it even more obvious, Chance, that you're leaving a bunch out when you're skipping years of content here. But let's continue to see what he says. This is a very interesting piece of content. I guess before we go forward, I should say this comes from William Gloryhole and Rax Leaker. Seems like this was something that Chance sent to an alleged professor, and honestly, the angle that he chose for this, the wording saying, I can't be professional here, I just gotta keep it real, it's all funny as hell.
And then during the 4th year is when things got really, really bad. He decided to do something that would change the course of my life for the rest of my life. And it has. It's changed my life for the worse. He decided to try to isolate me from my friends and family in the most cruel, awful way you can do it to a person. This man decided to do an illegal, and I do mean very illegal thing against me. He decided to pull an illegal entrapment move. And what he did was he hired this other YouTuber by the name of Mass Troll Mafia, who is not very much liked on the internet at all. She's very hated for a lot of valid and very good reasons.
So I'm sure most of us by now have figured out most of Chance's mannerisms and what he does to try to make himself seem more knowledgeable or to have somebody believe the lie he's spilling to them. We know his other tactics of talking louder, yelling, and constantly telling somebody to shut up to make his point, so he's the only one talking, so obviously he's the only one that can get any sort of gaslighting or convincing in. So, another thing we've noticed is Cyraxx constantly saying, it's very illegal, bitch. And just because he says it over and over again means we're supposed to believe it, and that suddenly everything that's happening to him is very illegal. So let's see if he actually explains how it's very illegal.
And what he did with her, to me, is I would never wish it on anyone. I would never wish what I've been through on anyone. And what this man did was he hired her to entrap illegally. And how he did that was he had her pretend to be an 18-year-old of age female who was interested in me and interested in my work and stuff like that. And over time of talking, she she tricked me into sending certain photos. Once that happened, she sent one back. And then little did I know, she would pull the most vile, evil, disgusting move you could pull on a person. She claimed to be underage.
So for anybody who might not be aware of this, of course Cyraxx is revising very heavily how this story actually went down. Cyraxx has continuously claimed that Kate didn't mention that they were underage until after he sent the pictures, which is a complete fallacy, and there's video evidence proving so. You can find it on this channel, I'm sure you can find it on Masshole's channel, and several other channels. Cyraxx knew what he was doing, Cyraxx got caught, and Cyraxx is upset that he got caught. And he went on to get caught 2-3 more times even, by the same exact people falling for the same exact ploy. So Cyraxx, is it really anybody else's fault that after the first time that you supposedly were screwed over and lied on, that you would then fall for it 2-3 more times from the same people? And that's not including the other groups that did this stuff to you. So Cyraxx, after a while, you have to just say, hey, this is who I am. Oh wait, actually, listen to this.
I'm Chance Wilkins, as a pedophile.
After sending the photo, which I later found out the photo she sent was actually of her daughter.
Wrong.
And I went to the police about it. Nothing got done. And so once that incident happened, my whole life got turned upside down. And I mean, my whole world got turned upside down. From that point on, people would show up to my house, steal things off my family's porch, and from around our house outside. They would, as stupid as it sounds, they would steal no trespassing signs off of our property. And that would also soon escalate into things like people showing up to my house claiming that they know me. Well, at one point, somebody had shot at me.
So I'm gonna put this to bed very quickly, because I don't feel like looking at Cyraxx's ugly face anymore today. Just a little bit impatient, pretty tired, had a long week, a long weekend. Unlike Cyraxx, I actually exert physical effort on a daily basis to make sure that my family is taken care of. Instead of beating around the bush and watching all this stuff and laughing at Cyraxx, let's just call it what it is. Here is undeniable video evidence of Cyraxx, aka Chance Wilkins, aka DJ Shadowblade, admitting on 2 separate occasions to sending nudes to people he thought were minors.
I hope that we can.
When was the last time that you sent your dick to a child? I'm just curious. Like, how long has it been?
Literally, whenever you tricked me. Literally.
But what
No,
about,
but you just went through 2 other instances after that.
Those were actually beforehand. Those were beforehand incidences. Well, the Chloe thing, I sent those to her beforehand, like days before, and then today she had.
So
That was
so
like days
so
before.
I
And
just
then,
got the time right. Okay. So the timeline is that you sent your picture
Hold
to
on.
kids before
yeah,
did you
this was
see
highlighted. It was highlighted.
Hang on, what's this?
Did
What's
you
this
see
thing?
him
What's
highlight?
that? Did you mean, Marty? Did you mean yelling or wait? What do you mean by that? Did you
Yeah,
put yelling, not yelling? I think you meant yelling.
I did mean yelling. Yeah, Rick was so upset. He was just
But
yelling.
the point being, like I said, the point is about it.
We need to finish that thought. I just want to get the time period right so I can feel. I just want to feel like you are on the road to rehabilitation here. So what you're saying is, when I posed as a 14-year-old girl, that was the last time that you sent your dick to a child, but there were 2 times before that.
Yeah. But as I said, you know, I was wrong in doing that because, like I said, you know, nowadays, like, you know, like something that a lot of people don't understand is that when you pose as a 14-year-old, genuinely already you're being dishonest with yourself ultimately. Like,
I'm Chance Wilkins, as a pedophile.
after that happened, Music Biz Marty began showing up to my house uninvited and unwelcome multiple times. First time he left. Second time he left after he was confronted by my family because my family was trying to protect. The third time he showed up, he actually stayed at an Airbnb back here behind my house, which is like catty corner over here, like back this way. And I went over there to confront him calmly. Little did I know that that would lead to me getting beat up severely.
Oh, here he is. Come on by, buddy boy. Come on by, Cyraxx. Come on by. Come on, come over.
We all know Cyraxx is just a liar in epic proportions, and at every corner in this story you can see that he's proven wrong, with video evidence that he put out on his own that always contradicts himself. Time after time he gets caught, he admits his faults, says he'll do better, but within a couple of days, maybe even hours, he's right back at it talking to kitties, raging out, and acting like it never happened. That's what makes this even more nefarious. That's why we go so hard on Cyraxx. If he would just admit his faults and move on and not do it anymore, then sure, like the Aki way, we'll let him go. But unfortunately, he hasn't learned from his mistakes. He continuously preys on them kitties, and those recent Discord leaks 100% proved that. So it is what it is. But that's where we're going to bring this to an end today, my friends. Thank you so much for supporting this series. If you want to watch the rest of this episode, you can find it on William Gloryhole and Rax Leakers channels. Links will be in the description. Monday, which is just a few hours away, well, technically is today, by the time this video goes up, we're going to be doing our weekly live stream, and I will be watching the entirety of this interview and some Kobe stuff. So definitely join us over there. Be sure to turn on notifications, subscribe if you're new, throw down your comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts on the recent Raxenings, and I'll see you soon.